Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa ating explainer guide today. So, alam ko, minsan talaga nakaka-overwhelm makakita ng sobrang kapal na manual, right? Kaya nandito ako para tulungan kayo. Today, we're going to walk through the absolute key points of your Subnational Public Health Emergency Management in the Philippines, or SPHMP for short, Participants Manual. Ginawa natin itong quick guide para mas madali, mas mabilis, at mas engaging niyong ma-absorb yung buong module without getting lost in the pages. Okay, let's dive right into this. Tingnan natin yung context ng bansa natin. This manual isn't just generic. Deeply contextualized ito para sa Pilipinas. Kasi naman, we all know the Philippines is literally a recurrent survivor of so many natural and human-generated hazards, diba? Hazard-prone talaga tayo. Walang taon na hindi tayo binabagyo o dumadaan sa mga sakuna na may kanya-kanyang unique risks. Kaya itong SPHEMP manual natin, it's constantly built and rebuilt based sa mismong on-the-ground experiences natin mula sa past disasters, para mas handa talaga tayo.
Bago tayo mag-deep dive, I want to throw a question out there, and I want you to really think about this. What makes a resilient community? Paano ba natin nasasabi na matatag talaga ang isang komunidad kapag may emergency? And more importantly, isipin ninyo yung sarili nyo. Ano ang role ninyo bilang public health manager or responder para ma-build yung resilience na yon? Actually, the answer to that question is exactly the heart of your training today.
So to make this heavy 300-page manual super manageable, hinatin natin siya sa 5 clear sections. First up, Intro to DRRM Basics. Second, Leadership in DRRMH. Third is Preparation and Response. Fourth, we'll look at practical applications. And lastly, Ready for the Field.
Okay, let's jump into Section 1, Intro to DRRM Basics, Understanding the Shift. Kailangan natin ng solid foundation dito bago tayo sumabak sa field.
So the most crucial point here is a massive paradigm shift. Nakalagay sa manual ninyo na nag-shift na tayo from the old simple disaster management papunta sa Disaster Risk Reduction and Management, o DRMM. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Basically, hindi na tayo reactive. Hindi na tayo yung tipong maghihintay lang na may mangyaring sakuna bago tayo kikilos. We are proactive now. Tinatarget nating pababa yung risks beforehand and we prepare super early for multi-hazard events. Game changer talaga itong mindset na to.
At para mangyari yung proactive framework na yan, meron tayong 3 core course objectives. Number 1, to enhance your knowledge, attitude, and skills, your CAS. Number 2, to build your actual competency para ma-operationalize ang DRMH sa health sector natin sa baba. At pangatlo, this is a big one, to mainstream DRMH directly into universal healthcare o UH services. Meaning, hindi lang ito one-off project or hiwalay na initiative, kundi seamless part na talaga siya ng everyday health services natin sa mga probinsya at syudad.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how it focuses on you. Let's move to Section 2, Leadership in DRRM Health, the DRRMH Manager. Dito, nag-shift tayo from looking at the whole system papunta sa inyo personally, sa personal growth ninyo bilang mga leaders in the middle of a crisis. Sa Module 2, mapapansin ninyo na may hinihinging specific core competencies from a DRRMH manager. Hindi lang ito basta pag-uutos ha. You need to be skilled at policy adaptation, coordination and networking with other agencies, advocacy and health promotion, information management, at syempre, clear risk communication. Being a manager means mastering all these interconnected skills para smooth ang buong operasyon kapag andiyan na an emergency. Merong isang concept sa manual that hits the nail on the head. The difference between just managing a disaster and truly leading through it. Yung isang manager, usually nakafocus yan sa structural roles, logistics, monitoring, setting up systems. But a leader, you act as a role model. Ina-adapt mo yung policy based sa kung ano yung kailangan talaga sa ground at nag-a-advocate ka para sa kalusugan ng lahat. Challenge ko sa inyo, don't just manage the disaster, lead your community through it.
Right, let's transition from concepts to strict on-the-ground application. Section 3, Preparation and Response Operations, Theory into Action. Let's see how this all builds up. Ito yung logical operational flow ninyo from modules 3 and 4. Step 1 is preparing, kung saan ginagawa yung risk and capacity assessment. Step 2 is planning, creating your prevention, mitigation, and preparedness plans. And then step 3 is responding, where you actually execute the incident and information system management. Notice the flow? Hindi pwedeng baliktad. We absolutely need to prepare and plan before we even think about responding.
And alongside that operational flow, we follow this strict timeline for disaster operations. Sa pre-impact, nandyan yung planning and exercise management. During impact, nandyan na yung actual incident management and evacuation. And sa post-impact, well, hindi pa tapos ang trabaho kasi we need monitoring and evaluation. Remember, whether it's a super typhoon, an earthquake, or a public health disaster like a pandemic, they all follow the same timeline. Ang nag-iba lang talaga is how we mobilize resources based on the unique risks.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and make this super practical. Section 4, Practical Real-Life Applications, Field Scenarios. Let's get ready for the chaos of the real world. Imagine this scenario straight out of Module 4. Nasa field kayo, and you are asked, how do you manage victims in a crowded evacuation center? Just picture it for a second. Ang raming tao, maingay, may mga nagkakasakit, at laging kulang sa resources. It's literally a high-stress environment. Ano ang uunahin ninyo? Paano nyo ia-apply yung natutunan ninyo bilang isang DRMH leader sa ganyang sitwasyon?
Well, no need to panic kasi nakalatag na ang protocols niyan sa inyong handbook. For victim management, you need to focus on these crucial subtopics. First, mental health and psychosocial support, or MHPSS. Kasi let's face it, hindi lang physical wounds ang kailangan nating gamutin. Second, nutrition in a public health emergency, lalo na para sa mga bata at vulnerable groups. And third, managing information systems. Kasi kung wala tayong tamang data, hindi makakarating ang tulong sa mga nangangailangan. Kaya I really want to emphasize this point right here. Hindi lang ito theory, practical skills ito. I mean it. Bawat pahina ng manual ninyo represents years of hard lessons from past disasters. It's written strictly to help you save lives on the ground when every single second counts. Which brings us to our final wrap-up. Section 5, Ready for the Field, the ultimate goal. Ngayong na-cover na natin ang basics, ang role ninyo bilang leaders, at ang operational flow, let's remind ourselves why we're doing this in the first place. I want to read this direct quote from your manual's introduction because it sums it up perfectly. The goal is to build competencies in managing emergencies, evidenced by reduced mortality and morbidity, reduced risks, and delivery of uninterrupted essential health service packages. Wow. Think about that. Ito yung true high-stakes purpose natin. Hindi tayo nagtitraining para lang magka-certificate, guys. Nagtitraining tayo para siguraduhing mas kaunti ang casualties at tuloy-tuloy ang pagkikare natin sa mga tao kahit nagaano pa kalala ang sitwasyon. So, are you ready to apply these steps and lead your community to resilience? Congratulations on finishing this quick explainer guide. Learning is a journey. At bawat hakbang na ginagawa ninyo sa seminar na ito is absolutely crucial. I hope you feel guided, confident, and excited to dive straight into your tabletop exercises. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang ating mga future public health emergency managers.